Okay, so we are continuing the Maamar over here for in terms of preparation for Yud Aleph Nissan. And yesterday there were several questions asked, but actually before we continue, I just want to clarify with regards to the pan that was mentioned yesterday about everybody participating. So we're looking for participation of either $10 or $18. We will set up the website, and first, that monies will go for purchasing a ticket for New York. That what is called in Hebrew the Zoche Begoral. That basically the one who will get or win the ticket will be representing all of us that studied the Maamar and signed the pan and so on. In order for us to do that, it makes sense that you participate right away in the next day or two, so that we don't have to buy a last-minute ticket, which would probably be a couple of $100 more. So hopefully by today we will send out a link, and you could participate again with $10 or $18, and based on what comes in, we will do the ticket. Any remaining money, or if there's not enough money for a ticket, will go for the distribution of Shemura Matzah. Okay, getting back to the Maamar, is we left off with a couple of questions yesterday. It says Kimei Tzeischa, like the days that you went out of Mitzrayim. Kimei Tzeischa, plural. Seemingly, and even supported by verses, we only went out of Mitzrayim on one day. Why does it say Kimei, plural, many days? And then the verse continues and says, Er'enu neflois, I will show you wonders like when you went out of Mitzrayim. And based on verses throughout the prophets, it seems like when Mashiach will come, there will be far greater miracles than when we went out of Mitzrayim. So why do we compare the going out of the coming of Mashiach to something which seems to be smaller, the going out of Mitzrayim? So the Maamar continues over here, the gist of the explanation on this verse of Kimei Tzeis Chameres Mitzrayim. He begins like this. There's two ways to understand the verse. One way is that when it says, like the days that you went out of Mitzrayim, I will show you wonders, it means, he says here, that the future redemption will be like the redemption of Mitzrayim. That's one explanation. Upirush Beis, the second explanation is that you have to interpret the verse slightly differently, but it has then a total new meaning, which is that like you're going out of Mitzrayim, I will show you wonders, meaning the wonders of the future redemption will be wondrous in comparison to the wonders of going out of Mitzrayim. The miracles of that time won't just be regular miracles. They won't just be miracles like when we went out of Mitzrayim. Taking into account how fantastic the miracles of Mitzrayim were, the miracles of Mashiach will be wondrous in comparison to those miracles. Now, since both these explanations are on this verse, Kimei Tzeis Chameres Mitzrayim, so we have to conclude and explain that they are connected, which means that they're both true. They will be fantastic miracles, fantastic in comparison to going out of Mitzrayim, but in content they have a comparison to the miracles of Mitzrayim. And he starts explaining a Kabbalistic concept, so it's a little bit complicated, but we'll try to give you sort of the words of the Maamar, even though the couple of minutes we have left here is beyond the scope of being able to explain it properly. But the Maamar basically says that when we went out of Mitzrayim, we know the Jews were in the 49 levels of impurity. And in order to go out of Mitzrayim, Hashem had to reveal and take them out until he lifted them up to the 50th level, which is referred to in Kabbalah as the Nun Sharei Bina, the 50 gates of Bina. Now, the 50 gates of Bina we have on three different sort of planes or levels. There's the 50 levels of Bina as it reaches us via Malchus. There's the 50 levels of Bina within the world of Bina itself, and there are 50 levels of Bina in the world of Keser. I think practically what this means is Malchus usually refers to something as it is being catered for the recipient, which is the way something comes through Malchus. Bina is the way it is, it's on its own, and Keser is the way it's in its origin, its source in Hashem himself. So basically, when we went out of Mitzrayim, the miracles were the Nun Shari Bina, but they were primarily through the level of Malchus. Whereas in the Geula Hasidah, in the future redemption, they will still be the Nun Shari Bina, but they are the Nun Shari Bina, the 50 levels of Bina, on a much higher level as they are found in Keser, in the origin of the Nun Shari Bina. Hope you understood that. I know that's a little complicated. To be continued tomorrow.